Okay, this is Chris. Little piece I've actually put together using the Softube Heartbeat, which is their drum synth, I guess you'd call it, with the parts that are available to us over on the screen. There's a dual bass drum, and the bass drum, all the mixing channels, have EQ, reverb, send, a ping pong style effect, so that you can actually just every second hit goes to the opposite side of your panning. The percussion section actually gives you, based on the old Pearl syncussion, and you've got a number of different synthesis types. And then with the snare drum, there's a couple of different types of snare combinations where you can switch between a normal snare drum and a rim shot, and a normal kind of snare drum and a clap. And then you've got your hi-hat. And with the synthesis types that are available, you can switch between a real sample, if you like, and the more synthesis style of the hi-hat, for example, or the snares and stuff like that. And it just means that you can actually create more, for me, flexible things, rather than just the type of playing samples. I much prefer synthesizing. And in this case, we've got a couple of kicks. I've got the main kick I'm using is fed into the echo, so you can hear that kind of bounce going on there. And my hi-hat, which I find very versatile, kind of little hi-hats going on there. And then my snare, standard. And of course, thumping through all of these things, Heartbeat actually has a dynamite compressor and an echo and the SAR reverb, which is giving some of the sounds a nice little bit of edge on them, just a smidgen of reverb on them, and there's that kind of ping-ponging effect going on there with my second snare. And then with the Pearl syncussion style synthesis on the end, I've got those two going on. So with a little bit of I've got that big bass drum going on there as well. So putting together a kit based on that, I've got a rather nice little rhythmic thing going on, which I will hit there, and so you can just hear that on its own. So you got a nice little rhythm going on there, with those little syncussion things going on the end, the echo, the little bit of reverb, etc., etc. Now, adding to that, what I'm going to do is hit the stop there. Now, one of the things you will notice using the Nektar as the way it's set up, if I put it into shift mode, I can quickly switch between the different synthesizers that I've got going on here, and I will unsolo that Heartbeat kit so you can hear everything going on. And what I've got first and foremost is the Monoment bass from Softube, and the Monoment bass is a really interesting thing. I've been a user of the Model 72 which is their Mini Moog emulation, and unsurpassed in the world of plugins as far as I'm concerned. I just love the sound of it. But when you're looking at something a bit different, the Monoment bass is actually based on samples from some very, very expensive, rare synthesizers, and the samples come from things like the Schmidt synthesizer, famous German machine, and things like the Modal 002, Kawai K5000, the DX5, a couple of other things I can't remember, but some amazing textures to get you started from the sampling section. I've just opened up the sampler there so you can see it, and I'll click on there so you can see the list. But analog clean, analog dark, and this is a bass synthesizer that's really kind of self-contained. You don't spend ages adding on distortions and effects to actually fill the sound out and make them darker and dirtier to sit in your mix better. It's all built in, and some of the sounds are just pretty unbelievable. I've got it all mapped with the Nektar going through my usual combination of combinators that I've actually added my own artwork to, etc. Up the top. And I've also got things like the ambience mapped, the ambient effect, dry it out or actually add that. So it's a very, very growly, grumbly kind of sound you've got going on there. With the between those two there, I've also added in my wondrous Model 80, which is the Prophet 5 emulation, and I've got that being fed into the tape echoes. Another favourite combination. So once again, my blue shift light's on there, so I can step down and go into my so I've got that nice kind of simple pad going on there, and then my classic Model 72, back to that again, I can never get away from it, which has got my my classic Mini Moog sort of solo sound going on there. So when you put those all together, I've got just a simple drum part starting, and then the pad thing going on there. So I'll switch off that so we can use these controls here. And,